What are we finding out recently here? Central banks hoarding gold, hoarding it at a faster pace than they have ever. We have hedge funds, investment banks hoarding gold. The richest people on this planet hoarding gold, more so than we've ever seen before. What do they know that we're not allowed to know? We're not supposed to know. Well, you people who follow our work are well versed in what's going on here, why they're doing what they're doing here, betting against the system here. Central banks are betting against the system that they're forcing us to participate in by buying gold here. It's exactly what you and I have been telling people since forever. You and I have been bet out here for a very long time. And honestly, the people that follow our work have benefited greatly from that.
In The Robin Hood of Wall Street, Gregory Mannarino argues that central banks intentionally deconstruct the current financial system, creating an illusion of prosperity by inflating the stock market through massive debt expansion. He states that artificially suppressed interest rates have cost pension plans and individuals trillions in unrealized gains. The U.S. Fed plans to lower interest rates later this month due to factors conditioning the U.S. economy and combating the country's recession. However, it is yet to be seen if the slashing of the interest rates could solve the underlying problems around the U.S. economy. Based on statistics, Gregory argues that the wealthiest individuals and institutions, including central banks, are hoarding gold at an unprecedented pace, signaling a looming financial crisis. He emphasizes that central banks are betting against the system they've built while continuing to mislead the public. Gold has had quite a bull run in 2024. The yellow metal is up over 21.6% this year, ranking among the best-performing assets. Along the way, it has hit new all-time highs more than 20 times. Central bank gold buying more than doubled in July as policymakers continued to increase the percentage of yellow metal in their reserves. Globally, central banks added a net 37 tons of gold to their holdings in July, according to the latest data compiled by the World Gold Council. It was a 206% month-on-month increase and the highest central bank gold purchases since January. While stating the current dynamics, Gregory predicts the system will collapse as the unsustainable debt levels have propped up since the 2008 financial crisis. Now, we present the clips of Gregory Mannarino's insights from his recent interview. Before we continue to discuss this, please subscribe to our channel and activate the bell icon for timely updates.
The mechanism of artificially suppressed rates, has robbed these pension plans and people themselves of trillions, literally trillions of dollars in realized gains. It's grand theft on an unimaginable scale. And it's a mechanism here to bring the entire system down with it and bring the people down with it as well. This is the mechanism behind what we're seeing here collectively by central banks in their quest, in their mission, which has been incredibly successful, to destroy, deconstruct the current system by fostering an illusion of prosperity, by inflating the stock market on the back of that. Global debt ballooning like we've never seen. I mean, since the 2008 moment where the system actually died. It was dead then. It died then. This is nothing but a drug-induced high, drug in the form of debt, credit, however you want to look at it, that has propped up the system artificially, and it's not sustainable. The fact of the matter is the system is bankrupt from every angle that you want to look at. Not only is it bankrupt, it's negative bankrupt by exponents. And the system, unfortunately, via this mechanism here and world leaders colluding with their central banks to foster this global debt expansion, is directly responsible for what's happening to people's pension plans and the trillions of dollars that they've been robbed of via this mechanism of suppressed rates here. It's an incredible thing to see. It really, really is. And I've been telling people for 10 years now, the distortions that we see are monumental. There's nothing like it. We don't have an economy anywhere around the world. We don't have a real market. It's all been twisted via this same mechanism here. It's an incredible thing. It really is. But, look, this is my view, all of it, playing into what you just laid out beautifully just before I started talking here, is all part of the same thing, to bring the people down to their knees and have them beg for something, beg for a solution. All we're being provided is more of a way to railroad us down a very destructive pathway, these calls from the both presidential selectees for lower rates, promises of lower rates. Obviously, that means a weaker currency. It doesn't help us here. It helps the corporate agenda. The mom and pop shops are gone. Small businesses can't survive in this environment. We need the polar opposite of what we've been sold here via this mechanism, what we're being sold right now, again, by both presidential selectees. The solution is very simple. The 1 and 2 percenters, they're the ones that benefit from this. It's called the Cantillon effect. I urge people to look that up. I think we spoke about this recently, you and I. While the bottom, the middle class is being systematically exterminated via the mechanism you just outlined here. It's just the ripple effect of this phenomenon of what central banks are doing. We've never seen anything like it before. And then this means all this is, with regard to the markets, it's going to correct at one point. And it's not just a matter of a correction. It's a matter of the debt market's going to melt down. And it's being so hyperinflated right now again. And it's a vicious cycle. The more debt they issue, the more they must issue in the form of currency and whatever else here, because it just demands more of it as we move forward. It's a self-destructive mechanism. And meanwhile, what are we finding out recently here? Central banks hoarding gold, hoarding it at a faster pace than they have ever. We have hedge funds, investment banks hoarding gold. The richest people on this planet hoarding gold, more so than we've ever seen before. What do they know that we're not allowed to know? We're not supposed to know. Well, you people who follow our work are well versed in what's going on here, why they're doing what they're doing here, betting against the system here. Central banks are betting against the system that they're forcing us to participate in by buying gold here. It's exactly what you and I have been telling people since forever. You and I have been out here for a very long time. And honestly, the people that follow our work have benefited greatly from that.
In May, he announced that his presidential campaign would begin accepting donations in cryptocurrency as part of an effort to build a crypto army leading up to Election Day. The former president also attended a Bitcoin conference in Nashville this year, where he promised to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the planet. However, Gregory Mannarino mentions that Trump's turning point was his push to make the U.S. the crypto capital instead of promoting constitutional money like gold and silver. He expresses concern that leaders are endorsing a debt-based system, which contradicts the Constitution's guarantee of a commodity-backed monetary system. Historically, gold has proven to be the winner during significant unrest, such as the 2018 Bitcoin pullback when the digital currency lost nearly 50% of its value, while gold gained 7% in 12 weeks as investors flocked to the store of value. Based on fundamentals, Gregory signals a growing movement that will lead to a peaceful march on the Federal Reserve on July 4, 2025. To demand a return to lawful wealth-backed money. Let's get back to the interview.
The trigger for me, the final straw for Greg Mannarino, was Trump's call to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. When I saw that headline, and when I first saw it was on CNBC front page, I read it. And it just hit me the wrong way. I always urge people to use their God-given gift of intellect. I mean, you read it, look at it, and then let it sink in. It just hit me the wrong way. I said, hold on a minute. What's missing here? Why aren't we being told that we need to be the constitutional money capital of the world? Instantaneously, this is what hit me right in my face, like a punch in the face. And I said, oh, this is it. I said, this is it. It's time. People are looking towards false leaders, as they usually do, false gods, however you want to play it, which generally leads them to destruction. I mean, you go back in history as far as you want to go. I said, that's enough. It's time that I feel that our audiences, yours, mine, a lot of other people here with large enough audiences, we all feel the same way. So why not now get behind something that we are guaranteed? We are assured, as you well know, everyone knows this. Actually, that's not true, not everyone, that we are assured a sound money system in the U.S. Constitution. That ship there is the U.S. Constitution. I put that there for a reason. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. Some people, hey, Greg, is that the U.S. Constitution? Yes, that is. Okay, this is the law. It's the law of the people. This has been stripped out by the mechanisms that you outlined perfectly. Again, right before I started talking. If we know that we are assured this by the law of the land, which is the U.S. Constitution, it's time we take the system back. And another trigger for me was on my own blog, and I really let this opportunity kind of pass me by. I did try to correct it to the best of my ability. Was someone asked me during my live stream, Greg, what is constitutional money? This is the situation we're in. People don't even know that we are assured a constitutional money system, gold and silver, commodity-backed system, a wealth-based system. Nowhere, not one word, not one syllable does it say in the U.S. Constitution that we are going to have a debt-based system. Any constitutional lawyer out here, prove me wrong. Where does it say that we have to have a debt-based system? It's nowhere. But that's what we have right now, and that's why we are in the situation that we are. Nation slaves, individual slaves to this debt-based system for which our Constitution says no. So the law is on our side, and on July 4th, 2025, we are going to peacefully march on the Federal Reserve building in Washington, D.C. We want media attention. We want social media attention. We want to raise awareness. We want people to understand that this organization here is illegal. What they're doing is counterfeiting. What they're doing is running a Ponzi scheme. And all this has done is destroyed the people of the world. This should be a worldwide event because every single central bank operates in the same manner. Every developed nation in this world is utilizing the same system. Does anybody find that kind of interesting? And looking at the situation here in the world, this inflation issue, people who live in their boxes believe it's just a United States issue. It's a worldwide phenomenon. But people, again, they're so fixated and put in their little boxes. They can't think. They can't function. And that's the mechanism who divide and conquer, the oldest trick in the book, unfortunately. But yes, absolutely. It's time for us to make a difference here. It's in our own hands. Now, in many ways, we've been responsible for allowing this mechanism to go on, but now it's time to shut that door, now to open up a new door, bring us back to what we are assured by the U.S. Constitution, a real sound money system. Sound about right?
Allocating gold to the portfolio increases risk-adjusted returns at any allocation level. Holding it for the past decade would have increased the risk-adjusted returns and lowered volatility. Is a return to a wealth-backed monetary system the solution to today's economic challenges, or should we explore another path? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video informative, don't forget to support our channel and turn on notifications to stay informed about our latest videos. See you in the next video.